Well, good morning, good evening, or good afternoon, whatever your current life situation is. Hello, YouTube. This is Jeffrey Kite back again with another episode of Kite's Curiosities. This is episode number 7 of my Georgia 159 project, where I plan on going to visit all 159 counties here in the state of Georgia and start at either the courthouse that they currently have or a historic courthouse, depending upon my preference, and do a 1-mile walk around the area to document some of the sights, sounds, and history of the particular county that I am in. Today, we are live here in well, not live, but it's recorded. We're here in Haralson County, Georgia. And I will be doing the presentation here. And that's enough of an intro right now. Let's go ahead and get started as we explore the sights, sounds, history, and information of beautiful Haralson County, Georgia. Now, Haralson County was named after this gentleman right here. This is Mr. Hugh A. Haralson. Now, Hugh Haralson, he was a lawyer, and he kind of dabbled in farming a little bit from over in Troup County in LaGrange, but that's not where he started out. He was born in November of 1805 and over in Greene County, which is just east of Atlanta. And he went to law school, and he moved down to Walton County and was practicing law down there for a little bit before he moved over to LaGrange in Troup County back in 1828. Now that's when he really started taking off in his political career. He served as a state representative for Troup County from 1831 to 1832. Then he was in the state senate 1837 to 1838. Then 1843, that's when he started serving as a representative in the United States Congress, in the House of Representatives. Started serving and representing the citizens in that area over in Troup County from 1843 to 1851 in the U.S. Congress as a representative. After 1851, he moved on back to LaGrange, and he resumed his law practice, and he died September 25th, 1854. That was 2 months before his 49th birthday. So, I mean, he didn't live very long, but man, he packed a lot of success into that short life of his. So, Haralson County was created January 26th, 1856, and they used parts of Carroll and Polk counties and created this area right here, and they named it after the guy I just showed you, Hugh A. Haralson. And then in 1857, the United States, well, in March of 1857, the United States got him a new president. His name was James Buchanan. So they established, here in Haralson County, they established a county seat and named it after the new president. However, they did not call it Buchanan, Georgia. It is known here locally as Buchanan because of the old Southern American English dialect that we have. A lot of times in the Southern American English dialect, you'll take the vowels and put more emphasis on them. So if you see like James Buchanan, it'd have a little Y sound to it, you. Whereas in the old Southern American English dialect, you put the emphasis on the U, because we call it an umbrella, we call it upside down. We make those sounds on those, so why not call it buh? So that's why it's called Buchanan here and not Buchanan. Now, where is Haralson County located? All right, so Haralson County is located, again, in the Piedmont region. The Piedmont region is just north of the Coastal Plain region, just south of the Blue Ridge Mountain region, and it touches up here in the valley and ridge section of Georgia. And Haralson County, Piedmont area, known for its mostly industry, not good farming, but there's a lot of good poultry raising, a lot of good cattle raising up in this area, but it's mostly industry. And the soil is that famous thick red Georgia clay that has a ton of marble and rock in it because of all the marble veins that run throughout the Piedmont area. So this is the region of Georgia where it is located, and it is located right here. Right there on the map. That is where Haralson County, Georgia is. And it borders Polk County, Paulding County, and Carroll County. And here is a close-up of Haralson County, where it is. And again, to its west, just like Carroll County, is the state of Alabama. So let's go ahead and get this highlighted in. All right, and there we have it. Now, when's the last time y'all seen a Piggly Wiggly grocery store? If you miss these good old simple times, man, I tell you, Haralson County and Buchanan, this is the place to be. Now, around 1830s, people started coming into this area, and they had one thing on their mind, and it was gold. And boy, they just got gold fever sure enough. They started panning for gold in the Tallapoosa River and out in this area called Walker's Creek. And by 1889, it was reported that this area of Haralson County was producing about $300,000 in gold a year. Now, I mean, that's $300,000. That's a lot of money in today's time. But imagine what that was like in 1889. I mean, just if you put that in today's money, I mean, it's crazy. It's just astronomical. $300,000 in gold per year was produced out of this county in 1889. Eventually, though, the gold mines, they dried up, and Haralson County had to, find a new identity and kind of something else that they would be known for. And this group from Pennsylvania, who was led by this guy from Connecticut. I know that sounds very convoluted, but that's the story. Y'all can again, I encourage y'all to look up things as y'all go along, and y'all learn a little bit more about the rest of the story. But anyways, a guy from Connecticut, he reached out to a bunch of people from Pennsylvania and got a whole group come down here, and they started making wine in the 1890s. Now, you can still visit Trillium Vineyard today here in Haralson County, and they started making their wine. And then in 1907, Georgia passed a Prohibition Act, and that pretty much just kind of wiped out the winemaking that Haralson County was known for. Got a little rock in my shoe. Get that out there. But yeah, that Prohibition Act in 1907, it kind of ended the winemaking stuff here in Haralson County. But they still kind of stuck around. And like I said, you can still visit Trillium Vineyard today, and if you into wine and that kind of stuff. Haralson County just kind of hung around again. And then around 1920, in the 1920s, I don't want to say the year 1920, I think it was probably late 1920s, it became a huge area for textiles, in producing specifically kind of men's clothing, suits, military uniforms, and just all kinds of clothes and stuff. So they became known as a big textile producer. And that was what this area was known for. In fact, Haralson County at one time was known as the clothing center of the South. I mean, if you wanted you a good suit, you really wanted one that come up out of these textile mills here in Haralson County. So I mean, it was popping here. And then again, in the 1990s, a lot of the textile mills, they started downsizing and moving things overseas. Textile mills just kind of dwindled down, and so it's not known for that as much anymore. Today, Haralson County, you know, they have some things. It's, you know, small manufacturing outlets. You got some logistics companies that are here, and you have some agritourism. Like I said, those vineyards you can visit out in the Trillium Vineyard area, and some different little things like that. So they still got some things here. So here's a little map of Haralson County. And as you can see, they've got a couple of major roads coming through here, and we'll take a look at those in a minute. And this is US Highway 27. It does have part of I-20 coming through here. And I said in my Carrollton video that I didn't mention I-20 being able to go to Atlanta. You can take I-20 from Carroll County down here and over to Atlanta in that area. So I-20 comes through here, and lots of state roads. This right here I know is State Road 120 along with State Road 100. A couple places I want to point out. We've got some little communities here. We've got Little Creek, got Abernathy Mills. We have Felton, Georgia. Felton, Georgia right here is where Medal of Honor recipient Ray McKibben was born and where he is buried. Buchanan, here's the town we're in right now, Buchanan, that you're seeing all the footage, the county seat. And then you have this little town down here named Bremen. Now, Bremen is the hometown of another United States war hero, Mr. Wayne Waddell. And Wayne Waddell was a prisoner of war during the Vietnam War at the infamous Hanoi Hilton. More on him when I head out to these parks out here in Tallapoosa. Y'all are going to be amazed by what I find in this city out here. So, and like I said, this is, you know, West Crossing, and then this is the town area of Tallapoosa. And again, you know, just going over the major highways that roll in and out of Haralson County. I-20, the biggest one. You got US 27, I showed y'all. US 78 runs through here as well. And then state roads 1, 8, 16, 100, 113. State road 120, that runs east and west of Haralson County. And then this little road right here, State Route 402. The problem is you'll never see a State Route 402 sign because State Route 402 is actually I-20. So, but just in case, if you're ever rolling through Haralson County and it tells you to get on Highway 402 and you can't find a road sign for it, that's because it's really I-20. As far as having things to go see and do here in Haralson County, they have a lot of nice little things that you can go see and do here. Over in a little town called Tallapoosa, they have the West Georgia Museum, where they have a lot of old antique, frontier type stuff of how things was back in the old days when Haralson County first got started. And they even have a 30-foot T-Rex inside that museum. I think it's a robotic T-Rex too, so that'd be something for kids to go see and do, and that'd be pretty interesting. Maybe I can go over there one day. Oh, also in Tallapoosa, they have this place called Veterans Memorial Park, where they have a lot of planes and military vehicles. Hopefully I can make a little stop over there today after I get through filming here in Buchanan and doing this video, and go over there and check that out. I've heard they even have some F4s from the Vietnam War over there, and I want to go check that out. And there's a little town called Waco here in Haralson County. They have a wonderful little festival in September every year, where they do like a parade. They have arts and crafts and just all kind of things to kind of see and do and interact with and experience. So wonderful community here in Haralson County that really tries to do things for its citizens and those who come to visit. One more thing I forgot to mention. Here in the town of Buchanan, they have a museum that is a one-room schoolhouse museum. It's called Little Creek One-Room Schoolhouse Museum. And hopefully we got time to find it. I doubt it's open, but if I can go by there and get some footage of it, I think that would be awesome. Because as an educator, excuse me, that was terrible English. As an educator, I love seeing how classrooms have evolved over time, and just different things of the past, which in my opinion could still work today. If you kind of take away some of the technology that these kids have and not rely on it so much, and just get back to the basics. I think we would all be in better shape educationally and socially here in this country. We would have kids with people skills and able to, kind of work through some of the problems instead of just having things handed to them or rely on the machine to do it. So hopefully I'll be able to find that here in the next few minutes and get some footage of it. And folks, I found it. Here it is. Here's the Little Creek School, one-room school that was established in the 1870s. The door right here is locked. I tried to gain entrance to it. That's just me. But it was locked. If it was open, the way I see it is, if they leave it open, it's fair game to go in and visit. But they have it locked, and it looks like it's being used for a storage area. I see a lot of like different things in there, and some modern like ladders and some trimming work and that kind of stuff. So I don't think going into it right now or going up to the windows and giving you a sneak peek in it wouldn't give this beautiful place any justice. So I did want to film it and walk around a little bit for you and give you the sights of it. How would you like to have to use that as a bathroom? I tell you what, you kids today, y'all just don't know.
I mean, I don't even know either. I didn't experience that either when I was growing up. I was fortunate to have a school with indoor plumbing, but our ancestors, they really had to rough it. You notice they did add, there's like an electric box right there. Meter reader is what I called them growing up. But if you notice, kids, there's no central heating and air. There's no electricity. I mean, it was built on these little stone foundation pillars to provide some sense of circulation, have some air moving underneath, and the windows, they would open that and allow the air to kind of go through. That was what the air conditioning was. And inside, if you notice, well, if you see on the outside up here, there's a chimney. And inside of this schoolhouse is a potbelly stove, and that was what the heat was in the wintertime. So, I mean, just seeing this building here just makes me wonder who was educated here, who came out of this school that might have gone on to do some great, wonderful things. Maybe not necessarily become famous, but just do something that was significant in the world. And how did they find their purpose? And just, if they ever thought back to these humble beginnings of their early years in education. And I keep saying one last thing. Here we go, one last thing. Something that I thought was just absolutely wonderful and something of note is that here in Haralson County, as I end my walk here at the historic courthouse, what they use it for now is, it is the county library or city library, whichever one, I'm not sure, but they're still getting use out of these old historic architectural pieces and buildings. And I love a community who values its history and doesn't just want to just tear things down just because and build something new, but to refurbish what they have and, get some use out of it. Well, folks, there you have it. What do y'all think of this beautiful little community? I love it. Haralson County. It's not very big. It's not very populated, but let me tell you something. It's beautiful, has lots of amazing things to go see, wonderful people to meet, and pretty good bit of things to go do and appreciate here in this community. Well, as always, folks, tell me what you think. Tell me what you think down in the comments. What do y'all think about Haralson County, Georgia? As always, folks, like, comment, subscribe, do whatever you want to do. Until next time, y'all take care now. Have a good one. Bye.